You know, it may not even be in the next few months, depending on what's gone on. So let's see. So for Aquarius, please, Spirit, can you pull out 4 cards? Starting off with the present. When will they be ready for future love? For my Aquarius collective. Right, we've got the Strength reversed, so you're not feeling super, you know, strong or resilient at the moment. So the present being today, tomorrow, yesterday, not in the immediate, let's say, not open to, it wouldn't be the right time if you're feeling weak, you're feeling, you know, feeling like intense struggle or, you know, doubtful. It might also be, you know, because this is fire energy, that you kind of got a bit of a temper at the moment. So again, be likely to flare up with that temper and take it out on someone over something that's nothing to do with them. So not a great idea in the immediate present. Let's have a look at the rest of September then. So next week. Right, yeah, we've got double amounts of impatience here. Discord, disunion, conflict of interest, impatience, instability. So a lack of temperance. So upright, that would be managing emotions, finding a balance. You know, we haven't got that. So your emotions are very mixed up at the moment. I don't know what this is over. It could be work, it could be mental health, it could be external realities, could be a current relationship breakdown. Let's get one for October. It could be just general health, you know, physical health problems. Or life could be really, really busy for you for some reason. Looking after, you know, elderly parents or looking after children. I don't know. Let's see. It says conflict of interest, impatience, instability, impotence, repression, impatience, weakness, doubt. I feel like your self-esteem's in a bit of a mess at the moment. We've got lots of fire energy, you know, a lot of bad-tempered energy. Okay. Yeah, there's some sort of power imbalance here, and it's over money. Might be struggling financially, it's causing arguments, or you know, you don't feel to present yourself to anybody when you're sort of like experiencing lack of finances, injustice, power dynamics, unfairness. This Pentacles is money, and it's about giving fairly. Ideally in relationships to avoid a power imbalance, because some people really let themselves down. They have a lot of ego, and they'll be like, well, I'm the one that's paying the bills, or I'm the one, you know, that earns the most money. And it's sort of like something that's flaunted constantly, and it is really not attractive. Guys, if you're guilty of doing that, you need to stop, because being humble is understanding that life has ups and downs, and we all experience that. You might be at a position where, you know, you've got a really good salary coming in, and you might think that everything's going to be fine, but you just don't know. You do not know. And in most relationships, you take turns being the main earner for reasons of children coming along, for reasons of redundancies happening, companies folding, you know, some sort of problems in work that are nothing to do with you, you know. Who could have predicted COVID lockdown? Certain people's jobs just went overnight. Other people were able to work from home. Other people, weren't. And it was a mess, wasn't it? So it just depends. You really need to be humble. You could be a wealthy business person and that business folds overnight. Or, you've invested in stocks and shares and you're thinking you're the big guns and then that crashes. So you really need to be humble and think as if you don't have, the major money. Imagine your partner being the main earner. Would you enjoy hearing them flaunting that in your face? Well, I'm the one that pays the bills. It's a holiday that I paid for. No one wants to hear that. It's unattractive. So try not to do that, because certainly when you're younger, in your 20s, and you're the first one to get like a really good salary, it is right to be proud of that, but be humble, because you will be forced to eat humble pie if that is the demeanour you're giving off, if that's the energy you're giving off. Spirit's going to bring you some mega karma. You're not always going to be in that position your entire life where you've got like fat money coming in. It's just not going to happen, because you're going to have, say like if someone gets extremely unwell and they're unlucky with a tumour, you're going to have to support them and pay for all that, or it could be you. And then you're going to need your partner to fundraise, or you're going to need your partner to like, maybe like level up or whatever. So do you really want to put someone down and make them feel like shit? For what? You're going to be forced to eat humble pie at some point, and it's going to be pain, and you might never reflect on it. You might just think, well, I've had terrible luck, and you might just become like really bitter or whatever. But you might do well to just be a calm, mild-mannered person, be proud of yourself that you're doing well, but encourage your partner, help them to progress. Tell them that you're really proud of everything that they achieve and you are thankful, that they allow you to take care of them, and that you are both going to take care of one another as obstacles in life come up, because they do. And a lot of young people don't understand that. When you get to like your 30s, your late 30s, your 40s, you understand like how precious just the chance to breathe another day is. You lose people and you just don't expect it to happen, and it is a blow. And people get long-term illnesses that have been sort of like, waiting to come out, like certain illnesses present at like in your 30s, or things that stop you from working. You just can't take stuff for granted. And if you go around being smarmy with people or putting people down, thinking you're better than everyone else, you're going to get a huge wake-up call at some point, because spirit does not like that. You're putting out really negative energy and pulling other people's vibrations down. So really address any kind of ego, and definitely don't do that, because you don't really deserve anyone stepping up and taking care of you if you've put them down. You're going to fail relationships and stuff like that if you like having that attitude. I wouldn't expect anyone to put up with that, to be honest. People learn and grow at different rates, and earning different amounts of money happens in, depends on what career you have. You can have a huge amount of success and then a big flop, if it's like acting or something like this. If you're an engineer, you're probably going to earn big money before all your friends, but you don't want to be like acting like you've got all the answers, because you know what, you can make stupid decisions. People stop getting work done on their houses when there's recessions and stuff. They can't afford to do work on the houses. They can't afford to do, big renovations that they were going to do. So just be careful. If you get an injury or you start to get sick, you can't do that physical labour, that hard labour that was bringing you big money in. So just really think about the longevity of bringing in that salary and whether it's realistic to walk around like you're the big boss. it's a mistake, right? Take the wisdom from people older and, like, you know, just control the ego. So I'm not sure really if you feel that there's a power imbalance within a relationship, or, you know, this is like a lack of confidence and sort of losing your temper because there is financial strain just within your own life. Let's see, Page of Cups reversed. Flatterer, selfish, deviation from the path, naive, irrational, daydreaming, immature. Yeah, just there's a warning here, Aquarius. Don't kind of, if things aren't going well financially, don't make sort of excuses for yourself to exploit others, okay? So an example would be if you're frustrated where you are in work, or finances, you know, because people can have good money coming in and spend it irresponsibly, or they can max out a credit card and end up with crazy debt, or get private loans and end up with crazy debt. It doesn't mean that you're wealthy just because you got big money coming in. So, you know, having a slush fund, having savings, even then things come up where you need that money suddenly. You know, pets bills, everyone's got a dog lately, like thousands of pounds. You know, you weren't expecting the following night to pay 5k for your dog. Do you know what I mean? Because it's got medical bills, because the dog's sick. Or so it's mad that people, you know, take on, you're paying for another human being, but, you know, with it's very rare that with, you know, humans, when you have another child, that amount of money goes out overnight, you know, unexpectedly. But with pets, that can happen. So it's like, you know, just living with, you know, beyond your means is a mistake. You know, taking on these extra responsibilities without thinking it through is a mistake. The potential to kind of be a bit bitter or a bit naughty, and then, you know, turn towards things like alcohol, drugs, sex, you know, mislead others and sort of take advantage of their naivety. Just make sure you're not finessing anyone, you know, with malintentions, because it seems like you're struggling to manage your emotions in the immediate and certainly for the rest of this month. And it looks to me that it's to do with some sort of power imbalance that you're at the behest of, you know, with an ex or something. Because this is like, when will I be ready for new love? So it might be that you've got to deal with someone from the past still, you know, if you're divorced, or, you know, you're experiencing a breakup. This energy that you're carrying, the mood swings, looks messy, you know, and it's something to do with money, and difference in earnings, you know, causes a power imbalance, and that can really accentuate problems with harmony, you know. And then we start abusing, you know, what should be emotions, where we're starting off a romance with the page, you know, to approach people with page energy, to sort of flatter people and finesse people and get what you want from them, is a coping mechanism for you, because you're entertaining yourself with that, but you're causing upset to others, okay? So I would really not look to take it as a warning, maybe, and try to think about you know, use practical ways to sort out the finances. I wouldn't say that you're in a position to approach anyone within September, October, November. Let's have a look at December. Just try to redress the imbalance here, and get some balance, get some equilibrium, manage these emotions, you know, and approach people in the right way. If you want to, you know, be sexual with people, but you're not looking to commit, be honest about that. Do not confuse people, manipulate people, because, you know, that is a power imbalance that you're then putting on other people, and that is not nice. That's nasty. Okay, so in December, you've got freedom from, you realise that this has all been kind of a mindset, a mentality. This is self-imposed with the swords. You're not really trapped. You could get out here, but this is like mental entrapment, air energy. You're very much capable of keeping yourself in a negative mindset with this overthinking and this pessimism, but it's self-created boundaries. You are going to find new perspective in December. So I would say, in the new year, you're more likely to pull in new love because you got to have high vibrations. You can pretend everything's all right, and then you can really do damage to the people around you if it's really not. So focus on, shadow work, focus on being practical and finding, be honest about how your emotions are, be honest about what your fears are, ask for support, get help, find professional help if you need to. Just in every way, wait for a time where things are more balanced, and always approach people with honesty, because you're just running around like a train wreck, putting your ish onto other people, and they're not going to thank you for it. December looks to be a really much calmer time for you, and you're going to get your personal power back. It's normal, guys, to have phases of a few months where, it looks like a lot of months here, but it's not. That's today. That's the rest of this month, so next week. And then the 2 months after that. It's just a warning to treat people right, okay? Because karma's real. And, around Christmas time, you're going to be much more empowered, and things are going to go your way. So let's get you some advice. Reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. Yeah, take this time, the rest of this year, really think about what's gone on and what you can do, in the 3D reality. Instead of being trapped in your head all the time, what are the practical ways that you're going to start to bring about temperance, that you're going to be able to be resilient, and it might be that you get out of this, energy of being so cerebral and so much in your head, and go and kind of do some daily exercise, free up time for yourself. If you're run ragged trying to bring in pentacles and you're getting run down, then, look, we've got the infinity sign here. This is like very important to find a way that you have downtime, to find a way that you keep your body healthy, to find time to be creative and not just logical and practical all the time. Because Aquarians are very much about giving to others. You're very much about community, and your love language is to provide, service to others. But I think you are liable to get very run down and then start acting out. So I think what the best thing to do is redress the balance. Make sure you have downtime time for you to just be a person. Make sure you have exercise, make sure you have quiet, make sure you're not always around other people. Because you can be social and still be getting exhausted, right? You need time solo, and time where you're just being silly and being a person, being creative and being a person. This frees up and uses other parts of your brain so you can problem solve and be more effective. If you're really drained and tired, your brain just can't provide any more solutions. It can't. So redress the balance is my advice. Reflect on how you've been managing your own energy levels, and you'll get all of this sorted. And believe you me, it's possible to change. If I were to deal these cards after you've done some of these things to put in a better routine for yourself, better amounts of work, more of a balance for yourself, I could do the same spread in a month's time and we could get totally different outcomes. This is off how things are right now and how you're dealing with things right now. So the energy you can change that by being proactive. you know, in the rest of September, we could pull out that you're ready for love, you know, much earlier. Okay, I hope that helps. And now I'm going to move on to Pisces. Okay, Aquarius, what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn some Palo Santo for you. Okay, and you can use positive affirmations to increase your overall abundance in your emotions, in your finances. Okay, start to have faith. Say to the universe, okay, I want success, I deserve success, and I will have success. Okay, say these positive affirmations out loud. Smell the Palo Santo, you can order this on the internet. I want success, I deserve success, and I will have success. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. The universe is abundant, and what I ask for will be given to me. Okay, I am worthy of love. Okay, raise your vibrations, treat others with respect, make sure you have time for yourself. Visualize your future, picture the best case scenario. What is the dream? What is the end goal? How exactly does that look? And speak it aloud, okay? Say, universe, spirit guides, angels, this is what I want for myself. I want X, I want Y, I want Z, I want a house like this, I want a relationship like this, I want to live in this location, I want a job, you know, where I'm doing X, Y, or Z. Spell it out, okay, and the universe will bring it into alignment. Raise your vibrations, have good times with people around you, have time for yourself. What interests you? What things do you want to carry on exploring? You know, because I think that you've been doing a lot for others, and this is your time to get refocused, to become well rested, redetermined, okay? Right, I'm going to leave you with the Palo Santo. Yeah, that's something to burn, and you say those positive affirmations and you believe them, okay? Tell the universe what you want, and they will align things over the next few months so that you can have that, okay? All right, on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to pull 4 cards for you. It's a spread to determine when you're most likely to bring in new love, okay, attract new love. So the first card will be the immediate, you know, like the present, so today, tomorrow, yesterday. The second card will be the rest of September. The third card will be October, and the fourth card will be November. Okay, so for example, some of the signs haven't shown that they would be ready for love in the next few months. Depends on what's gone on in your life, you know. Sometimes healing and time solo is necessary, okay? And we wouldn't be ready for new love because we would be too vulnerable for it, okay? So let's have a look and see what comes out. Sometimes I can get a bit of a storyline and understand, you know, why if it doesn't come out, but let's see. So for my Pisces collective then, please, Spirit, can you pull 4 cards? 1 being the present. When will Pisces be ready for future love? So it could be a new love, or it could be the return of a past one. If you want a break or something like this. Right, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles reserved. So you could have prosperity but without happiness. You could have had someone, you could have lost a large amount of money, you know, in a separation, or missed out on, you know, a promotion that you felt sure you were going to get, or a job opportunity, or an investment, you know, you made kind of didn't work out. Or you could be doing well financially, but you're just feeling like lackluster about what you do for a living. Some people are on good money, but they like hate going to work. You know, everyone's different. Doesn't mean because you're not hard working, it just, you don't love what you do, okay? I know someone who was a banker in London and he moved up north to be a farmer. So he uses his business and enterprise like know-how, but he's outdoors, you know, and he's mixing with lots of people, and he's not in an office in a suit at all, ever. So, you know, there's always time to change career. You know, use today, use tomorrow. Let's see. So we've got self-imposed imprisonment. Okay, you're feeling fearful. You got a lot of mental entrapment. You know, all these sorts of thoughts, fears, worries, fruitless overthinking. Okay, you're imprisoned by it. So not sleeping that well the rest of this month. So it could be due to this loss of money, or general like lack of happiness despite having money, okay? Which both are possible. There's plenty of people with lots of money that are just sad. I watched an episode of Catfish where this woman made like 10 to 15k, so she said, from scamming people. But she was like obese, she was miserable, she was crying. You know, she ended up talking to one person. You know, this guy was a really lovely young guy, you know, wanted to take care of her, look after her, didn't know what she really looked like. She was scamming them, sending photos, you know, of like, from like fashion catalogues and wherever. It was other girls, and, you know, she was bitter because she said the reason she started scamming men was because of one nasty thing that someone said that she just wasn't able to let go of. You know, this horrible person that she had been involved with said, who's going to want you? You know, you're this, you're that, you're like fat and ugly. And she became more overweight, more kind of like bitter towards men. And she projected that onto other people. And she made a lot of money from the scamming, but she was so unhappy. She was really unhappy, you know, and that shouldn't have happened to her. But that's just an example of how you can have loads of money and just be really, really unhappy, you know. As I say, it's not an eye for an eye. If someone hurts you, you don't hurt them back. Or you don't project that onto other people, certainly. You know, I would tell that person what I thought of them, and how dare they say something like that, or I'd at least tell people that I know love me and care about me, so they could tell me that is not the case, you know. But I wouldn't project that onto other people, and use that anger to hold grudges and screw people over that haven't even, because she ended up really liking this guy. And when he found out, you know, what issues she had, and like what, you know, he wanted to be supportive towards her and carry on being that nice like friend, but he had to friend zone her because it was like, you know, genuinely like, I wouldn't know who you are because you told me lies. And it's very difficult for people to rectify in their heads, you know, that they've been talking to someone that looks totally different, that has all these issues, you know, and has not gone about stuff in the right way in terms of healing. They've got to now start their healing where they hadn't been healing. It was really sad, you know, but it was like the most healthy kind of ending, because she totally let down her guard and explained what was going on and why. So she stopped, you know, doing all that crap and sort of like started to work on herself. But you need a long time to get over that, you know. She was not in a place to welcome in love, unfortunately, and it broke her heart like all over again. It was awful, because they were like messaging day and night. They got really attached to each other. They were ringing each other for hours, you know, and then, so it was like a fake kind of, it was like putting an elastoplast over something, but it was all built on lies, wasn't it? So then she had to lose all that. Oof. Yeah, it was a tough one. So anyway, it looks like you know, you're in this like mental imprisonment. So that's just the rest of this month. So that would be like next week. Okay, so I'm not surprised if you've had a lack of wealth, or you're wealthy but you're unhappy, you know, because we need to be grounded. We need secure, connections with people who've got our back, and we need to be honest about how we're feeling. And if someone is horrible to you, you tell other people, and they say no, that's absolute rubbish. That is not the case. You know, you need support. You deserve support. You can't be so ashamed that you don't tell people what a nasty person said, because that does a lot of damage. So whatever it is that's making you unhappy, you know, like, it's time to work on it, Pisces. Okay, this is fantastic. Look, the Emperor. This is the four kings together. It's the King of Swords, so intelligence, truth, honesty, integrity. It's the King of Pentacles, you know, earning good money, being a good provider, being generous, you know, being able to help others with money. The King of Cups, managing emotions, feeling calm no matter what comes our way, you know, being an empath. It's the King of, what have I missed? King of Wands, dynamic, confident, driven, passionate. Aries energy, like, look at the Ram. You seriously boss up, okay? So this suggests a recovery from finances. Who wouldn't want to be with the Emperor? Okay, male or female, this is someone who's in control of their life. They're the CEO of their life, okay? And they're able to provide warmth, money, feelings, emotions, acting, honesty and integrity. So look, it has to be that in October, you know, people are just going to be attracted to you. You're gonna be turning them away. Let's have a look in what it's November, isn't it? The final card, November. So October, you're definitely attractive to just about everybody. I would say, Pisces. You're gonna be like a man magnet or a babe magnet. But you'll be in a very serious, you know, energy. You'll be very powerful, and I'm sure you will treat people with respect and dignity, and you'll be looking for a confidant, someone who's your ride or die. You don't have to always be ready for that, but you'll be honest with people what you're looking for right at the start, you know. It's not wrong to have short-term dalliances with people, but you've got to be honest from the start. You don't want to hurt anyone or cause drama for yourself, because, you know, it's not fair as well, like causing drama for other people. They don't necessarily deserve that, do they? So I feel like being an Emperor, you will be an absolute, you know, make good decisions all round. Okay, so in the challenge position comes out the Page of Pentacles. So this is ideas, opportunity, eagerness. Focus on your goals to bring great success. You may not be sure what you want in terms of relationships, or, you know, sometimes you get these major goals achieved and then you're like, I don't actually know what's next. So it's just, you know, it's not like a big deal. It's just a case of, you might be a bit of a crossroads and you might be like, what do I want? You know, the energy of this card is very golden. It's very happy. You know, you're at the start of an adventure, everything's abundant. So it's just a case of having to think what you want and manifesting it. So certainly in October, you know, you're going to boss up and you're going to be just absolutely magnetic. So then it's just a case of thinking, what do I want? So let's say October, November are going to be your time for, you know, attracting in new love. You might have many options to pick from. So, you know, decide, have a think what qualities you want in a person. You can date, you know, date and see, like, you know, what takes your fancy. Prudence, don't be lured by the siren song. That's perfect, isn't it? Because, you know, I tell you what happens a lot is people get scammed, don't they, by men and by women. They think someone's wealthy, or they think someone has money, and then they're like, oh, I just need, you know, I need you to send me $50. I need you to send me $150. Like, you know, or you're like responding to an Instagram account that's made up with OnlyFans pictures and you think you're talking to one person, it's another person. Don't get catfished, and don't be around someone who's vacuous. You know, someone can look really, really nice on the outside and they can bring a lot of trouble to your life. You're an emperor, you've got a lot of things, a lot of responsibility, a lot of, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and you might be someone that has children, you might be someone that has a whole company to run, a whole organisation to run, you might be someone that has a team to run. You're busy, you've got shit to achieve, and you need time for yourself. You know, the emperor has a balance. He can work a lot, but he needs time for himself in order to stay being able to run an empire, right? So you don't want someone that's gonna be an energy vampire and bring drama. You don't want anyone that's gonna get you in trouble with the law. You don't want anyone that's gonna break your trust and, you know, be a cheater. You don't want anyone who's with you to use up all your finances, you know, and just be really, really vacuous and not really be interested in what you do for a living or the things that you like. You want a match, right? So don't just look at what people look like on the outside, because some people are really boring and it gets really tiring really quickly, or they have really bad habits, you know. Some people are serial con artists, some people are total liars, you know, psychologically like wounded. So you're going to have to use your discernment, aren't you, to take the time to get to know people. You know, that dating period is not something to be rushed, it's something to enjoy. And we can rush it as adults, but you'll know if someone's acting with integrity, whether they're male or female. You kind of want someone who knows how to behave when they're out, you know. Yes, we want someone who's attractive, but we want them to know how to behave in a restaurant, to know how to behave when they meet our friends and family, you know, how to be around children. You know, do they have an interest in helping to nurture loved ones that we have in our lives? Like, do they like some of the same things as us? They might be very, very different in what they like, but if it interests us, you know, that's a positive. There might be someone who's like self-made. There might be someone who you know, is very down to earth despite having their own money. There might be someone who's down to earth despite being good looking. You know, you can be good looking and still be a nice person. It's not choosing one or the other. There's plenty of people out there who are stunning looking and they're well-rounded individuals. They've got their own money. They're interested in lots of different subjects, you know. They know how to like behave in different social situations. They never bring drama. You've got to wait for that gem to come along and that pearl, you know, in the ocean. You know, and that comes from taking your time to get to know people and set things up the way that you mean things to turn out. So be romantic, you know, set up nice dates, enjoy having that time for yourself where you're not having to be the emperor and manage things and sit alone. It's lonely at the top, right? So there's going to be someone, you're looking for someone to be your confidant, someone to treat right so they can treat you right back. You know, so it's all about taking that time. Don't be lured by the siren song, as, you know, you can have something that looks really beautiful and sexy and irresistible, but it's a waste of, it's not someone to invest into. Right, so if you're the emperor, you need to look for someone who, you know, has lots of interests. They know who they are. They're not, you know, a vacuous being that just wants to live off you. They're not boring. They're not someone that doesn't know anything, you know. There's someone, probably for the emperor, you need an empress, right? So you need someone who's a nurturer. They're warm. They take other people's feelings into account. They don't go around causing drama. They're able to create, they're creative, they're a visionary, they're able to remake themselves wherever they need to in the world as many times as they need to, because they are a creator. They know who they are, they've explored their interests, they know what makes them tick, and they're confident in their own self-image, their own self-worth, and they're looking for an emperor, someone who's going to treat them with respect and allow them to share some of the decisions, to be, confided in when it comes to important decisions. And, you're going to be an equal match. It all looks really, really good, to be honest, Pisces. So I'm going to leave it there. And I will see you in the next one.